January 2nd, 2016. Otto Warmbier stood in the check-in line at Pyongyang International Airport, waiting for his turn. He was about to fly to Hong Kong with a group of international students. They'd spent New Year's Eve in North Korea's capital. Minutes before departure, a group of agents approached Otto. No words were spoken. They tapped him on the shoulder, then escorted him out. According to his roommate and travel companion, Otto showed no resistance, no alarm. He half smiled and followed the agents. That was the moment Otto Warmbier lost his freedom forever. It's now June 14th, 2017. It has been 6 days after his return to the U.S. Otto's parents asked the University of Cincinnati Medical Center to remove his feeding tube. He had been in a vegetative state for almost 17 months. For many years, the cause of his deteriorated health remained a mystery. What exactly happened to Otto in North Korea? What crime led to his sentence? And why were American authorities unable to identify how his brain was damaged? This is the story of an American college student who became North Korea's most controversial political prisoner.
Unseen vision.
Otto Warmbier was an adventurous, athletic 22-year-old with a bright future. He graduated from Wyoming High School in 2013 with the second highest GPA among his classmates. He earned a scholarship to the University of Virginia, majoring in commerce and economics. Dreams of becoming a banker, a love for travel. In fact, Otto had already visited Ecuador, Cuba, and Europe. 17 months before his death, Otto was accepted into a Hong Kong exchange program. With a few days before it began, he joined fellow students on a detour trip to North Korea for the holiday. Young Pioneer Tours, the Chinese agency that booked the trip, assured him of safety for U.S. citizens. Later, the agency removed the U.S. client section from their website. On December 29, 2015, the student group flew from Beijing to Pyongyang. They checked into the Yanggakdo International Hotel, spent their first day sightseeing. According to Otto's roommates, they visited Kim's Square for New Year's fireworks. Afterward, drinks. Back to the hotel bar to continue the celebration. Everyone consumed alcohol, not disorderly. From return to hotel until approximately 3 a.m., no one knew where Otto was for more than 2 hours. At exactly 1:57 a.m., while most were partying or asleep, Otto slipped into a service corridor on the 5th floor of the hotel. He attempted to remove a propaganda poster from the wall, trying to detach the frame from the paper to conceal it. After repeated attempts, he laid the poster on the floor and left. Security camera footage, though grainy, appears to match his body shape. When the group returned to the room at 4:30 a.m., Otto was already asleep. In many countries, tampering with public property might mean a fine. In North Korea, it meant something far worse. Because the poster depicted the supreme leader, Otto was accused of subversion of the state. In the 6 weeks after his arrest at the airport, no one in his travel group or family knew what had happened. All communications were cut off. Then the North Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, issued a brief statement. Otto had been arrested for hostile acts against the state. On February 26, 2016, a televised press conference took place. Otto appeared physically and mentally exhausted. He read from a confession clearly not written by him.
On the early morning of January 1st, 2016, I committed my crime of taking out the important political slogan from the staff-only area of the Yanggakdo International Hotel. But I am begging to the Korean people and government for my forgiveness. I have been very impressed by the Korean government's humanitarian treatment of severe criminals like myself.
Your Korea, for your forgiveness, please
made the worst mistake of my life.
He broke down in tears. He claimed his actions were ordered by a secret group called the Z Society and another named the Friendship United Methodist Church. Both names sounded ominous, cult-like, but in truth, the Z Society was a charitable student group at UVA, its members remaining anonymous. The church had publicly denied any relation. On top of that, Otto's family was Jewish. In the trial on March 16th, Otto was convicted of subversion under Article 60 of the North Korean Criminal Code, accused of attempting to undermine unity of the people. He was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. Human Rights Watch condemned the trial as unfair and politically motivated. Hard labor was only the beginning. Otto's conditions were far worse. He was placed in a cramped cell, roughly 3 by 2 meters, guarded constantly. Other prisoners shared larger cells holding many inmates. The halls echoed. If someone was beaten, everyone could hear. That was by design. During interrogation, agents extracted a forced confession. Beatings were routine. Physical abuse, hanging prisoners upside down, wooden bats, bare feet, long hours, cross-legged sitting on concrete floors for up to 16 hours a day. Sleep deprivation, sometimes more severe. Electric shocks, water torture, chili powder torture. Foreign prisoners could be punished simply for not speaking Korean. Only a few months into his sentence, Otto was hospitalized. He spent the next 15 months comatose or in a vegetative state in a hospital bed. On June 13, 2017, North Korea allowed a U.S. delegation to evacuate Otto. The plane landed in Cincinnati, Ohio. He was immediately admitted to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The last public photo of Otto was taken then. For 6 more days, he remained completely unresponsive. On June 19th, his parents decided to remove life support. After his return, doctors conducted scans and tests. Usual signs of torture, scars, fractures, internal bleeding, were not present. Only one small injury on his foot. What they found instead was severe brain damage, evidence that his brain had suffered monumental oxygen deprivation, a state known as anoxic encephalopathy. North Korea denied any form of torture. American medical teams found no concrete evidence proving abuse.
The fact that he has anoxic encephalopathy, or brain damage caused by the lack of oxygen to the brain, we don't know what the root cause of that is. There's a couple of ways that you can get that. So you either have to discontinue blood flow to the brain or stop breathing. And what caused either one of those possible events, we wouldn't know. I mean, could that have been torture at the time? We don't know.
Yet the question remains, how does someone go from full health to this, with almost no trace? Today, many of the full details remain unknown. The only person who truly knows what happened is long gone, and we may never hear the full story.